Right, when I stopped drinking, or when I tried to stop drinking 17 years ago, it was hard, and I didn't actually stop. Obviously, as I've explained before, I didn't actually stop. I stopped for maybe a week, a month, and then I'd start again. But I just wanted to come on here and create a video about what I do now if I was going to stop now, if I was drinking and I was going to stop now, and kind of the some of the tips that are useful to know. I think obviously I did it the hard way, and most of you will be doing it the hard way, I suspect. And I think I wish I'd known that it was going to be so difficult, because I went to AA. I reached out to my doctor, and then I reached out to AA. And when I went to AA, I had all these people not really telling me what to do, just telling me to keep going to AA. And I was asking questions, and nobody was giving me answers. And me being me, I wanted to know everything. So I'm going back 17 years. I don't even remember if YouTube was big then. I think it was about, but it wasn't anything like it is now, where everybody talks about everything on YouTube. So I just wanted to say that if I was going to do it again, I just basically give a few tips, because I know I wanted to know I wanted to know everything. I think at first it was a bit of a gimmick starting AA. It was like, oh, I want to do this. And even though I've said before, in my first meeting I ever went to, I actually walked down the road to meet the person who was picking me up, and I'd stopped at the shop on the way, and I'd actually bought some alcohol, which I hid in my bag, obviously, for when I got home. So I had every good intention of stopping alcohol. I just didn't know really how to, and obviously the fear was incredible. So I had to have my support system, my alcohol in the background ready, so because I didn't really know what time the meetings would finish. I didn't know what time I'd be back home, whether the shops would be open. And obviously I think my mother was at home looking after my children, so I wouldn't be able to sneak out and get any. So it was I had to plan everything. And when I look back now, there was so much to plan. So I just want to go over a few things. If I was to do it now, I think the first most important thing, if you're struggling with alcohol, really you have to go and see a doctor. Don't fear going to see a doctor. Your doctor's there to help. They're not going to report you to anybody. They're not going to they're not going to guilt trip you. They are going to try and help you. Obviously everybody's got different doctors, but please try and get an appointment with a doctor. And if you're drinking very heavily, I mean like a bottle of, say, spirit a day, then just stopping straight away will be quite dangerous. Don't start panicking and using an excuse not to drink. Just be aware that stopping drinking can be dangerous if you've been drinking for a long time and you're drinking a lot of alcohol. Maybe just saying cut down is really hard, because as an alcoholic, once you've started, or once you've had a drink, you're going to drink another, you're going to drink, you're just going to carry on drinking. It's not easy to just cut down. But if you can cut down, I would say cut down slowly. But number one, go and see a doctor, please. Get a checkup, get your bloods done. Don't panic about your liver. Don't panic, because the liver is actually one of those things that can actually repair itself over time. Your liver function might be really bad at the moment, but as long as you haven't got serious cirrhosis, then your liver can actually repair itself back to a normal liver if you stop drinking for a long time. Do you know what I mean? I mean 10 years, 15 years. So even if you've got a really bad liver count at the moment, it can repair itself in time. Kidneys, not so much. Kidneys, but there again, you've got 2 kidneys. So just don't panic about these things at the moment. The most important thing that's going to keep you alive is stopping drinking. But as I said, number one, go and see your doctor, get a liver function test, get your kidneys checked, get your blood checked. And even if it's bad news, don't use it as an excuse to drink more. Okay, it's just one of the things we do, I know. Then obviously have a word with the doctor. Maybe they will suggest some kind of support group and some sort of key worker. I would take them up on the offer, but I've got a lot of negativity towards these sort of people, because a lot of these workers, they're not alcoholics. They've never been through what you've been through. They've had training, they've got the papers, but they haven't actually experienced it. So this is why I do say try and get to AA, because there you will find people who have experienced it, who've lived it. You'll find people in early recovery like yourself, you'll find people who've been there, going there for 25, 30 years, you know, and it sounds as though these people are sad. They're not sad. They just want to help and support others. And sometimes I feel guilty because I stopped going after a few years. And really my experience, I should have been there I should be there to be supporting others. But for me, I felt that I needed to get on with life. And I didn't want to focus on alcohol anymore because I'd stopped alcohol. I had a life. I had children to look after and bring up. I didn't want to spend every night in AA meetings, if you know what I mean. So maybe that's my excuse, but that's just the way it is. That's my life. So I would actually try and get to an AA support meeting because they are the people who've been through it, lived it, and are still doing it now. Yes, if your doctor offers you support, take it, you know, but again, I'm not being negative. I just think that some of these key workers or these support workers, they haven't actually lived it. Some have, obviously, some have. But I'm just saying quite a lot haven't, and they've just got the paper qualifications, especially if they're young people. It's a bit of a red flag for me, but it's still positive and it's still all good. So do, follow what your doctor's advice is, obviously. But if you can get to an AA meeting, also in those early days, if you are going to stop, I said go and see your doctor. I also would make some plans, like if you're going to stop, tell somebody. If you've got parents, if you've got brothers or sisters, if you've got anyone, tell them it's going to be difficult. Tell them that you're going to be, you're going to be sweating, you're going to be naggy. You are most definitely going to be naggy. You're going to be suffering from cravings. You're going to be feeling sick. You might actually be sick quite a bit. You might have stomach troubles. You might have diarrhea if you stop. You're definitely going to have anxiety. That's another reason for going to see your doctor. They may be able to prescribe you some anti-anxiety medication, benzodiazepines, which are extremely addictive. So again, there's something that need to be prescribed with caution, but they do help, believe me. There are other newer drugs that the doctors will know of that will help. There's also lithium. I think when I was in rehab, I had lithium, which, to be honest, I didn't really think it did much, but it's supposed to help you with the withdrawals. Diazepam, I had when I had a panic attack, when I used to have panic attacks after my father died, I had them. So I kind of used them when I was stopping drinking, and to be honest, they work for me. But there's something that you've got to be very wary of because they can, and they do create just as bad an addiction as drinking. So be very wary. But as a short term, definitely are useful. Also, be wary of seizures. Now, don't start panicking and thinking, "Oh my God, I'm going to have a seizure." You're not. If you've got medication off your doctor, you won't have a seizure. If you're in some kind of rehab or under some kind of treatment plan, you won't have a seizure. But if you have been drinking like 1 to 2 bottles of spirits a day, there is a possibility you could have a seizure. If there is nobody there to monitor you or to keep an eye on you. So that is something that I would, you need medical advice on that. So please do seek help from your doctor, and do tell them how much you're drinking. Please don't just say what you're drinking is half of what you're drinking, because it's not doing you any favors. Because if you do have a seizure and you are ill, it's not nice and it is dangerous. So I would recommend definitely doctor, maybe get some anti-anxiety medication, ask for help, go to AA, and please tell your closest people. If you live alone, just please find somebody that you can check in with on a morning and an evening basis. And if they haven't heard from you, they come around and check on you, because you do need that, honestly. You are going to, going back, I did eventually have the option. I did go to a treatment centre and I did have treatment, and no, I didn't have any seizures. I did come off alcohol within a week. I'd stopped, and within the week, all the feelings, all the pain, all the what can I call it? All the side effects and that had gone. So it is short term. The sickness, the diarrhea, the stomach upset is usually only for about a week. The sweating is bad. Believe me, I used to have to wash the sheets every day. Sweating when you're sleeping at night was horrible, honestly, and it smells really bad because it's your body is just getting rid of all your toxins. So don't be alarmed, please. It's not nice, but it's part of it. And once you've done it, that's hoping that you can stay sober after. Once you've done it, you've got through that first 7 days, then it is going to be a lot easier. Now, after the 7 days, that's when you start getting, you'll get the cravings. You'll want to drink every step, every corner you turn, you'll want to drink, obviously. You get the urges. You need to, if you're home, I would recommend taking time off work if you're working, if you've still got a job, that is. I would suggest that you get out and walk, get out in the fresh air, walk as much as you can. If you've got a dog, or if you know somebody with a dog, or if you've got family that you can go out for walks with, walking is great. It'll help with the sweating, it'll get the sweat out of you. The exercise, you won't feel like doing it. I know you'll feel lethargic, you'll feel dizzy, but just walking really, really helps. And being in the fresh air definitely helps. I wouldn't recommend driving, because you might be feeling, especially if you're on medication, you might be feeling under the weather, you're not going to be concentrating. I don't recommend driving if you can help it. Just see if you can just get out walking. Try and maybe go for a shop. And I say go for a shop, try and go to a shop. Imagine all shops do alcohol these days. Get some healthy food in. Maybe before you even start doing it, go and get a shop and get a load of healthy food in, so that you've got plenty of food, plenty of snacks, maybe sugary snacks, stuff that, because obviously when you're drinking alcohol, there's a lot of calories in it. That's one of the benefits. When you stop drinking, you'll probably lose weight. And if you're thin because you've not been eating, then you'll probably start getting healthy and put healthy weight on. So there's loads of benefits. But get some snacks, get some sugary snacks. Because most, obviously, alcohol has a lot of kind of sugary type stuff, chemicals in it. So just snack on stuff. I know reading books is not really, it's something that's going to be difficult at the moment. Trying to stay active is probably the best, because at the moment you're going to be craving, you're going to be thinking constantly about alcohol, you're going to be the cravings will be bad, honestly, and you're going to be having nightmares, sleep, all sorts of vivid dreams and stuff, so it's not easy, it's not nice. You're going to have mood swings, but keeping busy, contacting people that know what you're trying to do is definitely a good idea. Don't whatever you do, go out to parties. Don't go to anywhere where there's other people, your friends or people that who drink, are going to be drinking. You're going to have to start saying no to social events for quite a while. Obviously, if you've got weddings, funerals, those sort of things, it's difficult, and that's something I can discuss in another topic. I just want to give you some tips on the basics to start you off for maybe the first week. Doing mindfulness, breathing exercises. If you can do a bit of yoga is really good. Grounding techniques. If you can get a therapist, maybe getting some therapy. Again, this is more further down the line probably, but I'm saying for the first week you need to be putting things into place where you're going to be active. You're going to be, I know you're going to be thinking about alcohol. That's normal. And for the first week, you are going to be feeling a little bit ill. You're going to be feeling odd. You're going to be feeling strange. But if you can get through that first week, going into the second week, try and plan something every day. Try and plan it with other people as well. Being alone is not really the best thing. If you can, obviously, join my community, chat to people in my community. I know I've only just started it. It's only got a few members, but chat. If you're active in the community, I will comment, I will help you, I will support you. Do you know what I mean? I will give you advice. So join the community, 9 Lives Sobriety on Skool, SKOOL. The link will be in the video description. I'm posting this to Skool as well as to YouTube, but basically I just wanted to do a quick video to get you off the ground. If you just want to stop drinking right now, maybe put a few little things in place, like I said, doctors, tell a few people, that sort of stuff. Basically get the ball rolling, kind of thing. And whatever you do, stop feeling guilty, stop feeling shameful about your past drinking. You can't do anything about it now. The only thing you can do is go forward and stop drinking, become that better person. And if you fail, you failed, but you can start up again. Nothing's stopping you. Don't feel this is everything, this is it. Just try and put all your effort into it now. And if you do fail, which I failed over and over again, but just keep trying. That's the best. That's all I can say, is keep trying, because I'm nearly 18 years down the road. I wouldn't be here now if I hadn't kept trying. Believe me, it's bloody hard, but I didn't give up, and that's basically the most important thing. Your family, your loved ones, your friends, they all want to help you, honestly. They all want you to be happy. They all want you to be sober. And believe me, they know about your drinking. If you think they don't, if you've been hiding it, they know. They know. So don't go into the guilt and the shame and all that. Just by trying, you know, that's a pat on the back from everyone. Okay. And as I said, reach out to me, reach out to the group, and yeah, I'll keep making videos. And if you're wondering why I'm sitting in a puffer jacket in the houses, if you didn't already know, I'm dog sitting this week and I'm frozen. I'm in my cousin's house with my dog and 4 other dogs. So I'm dog sitting, and I'm surprised they've all been so quiet while I'm talking, because usually they're after attention. But yeah, I suffer the cold terribly, so I always have done. And when I was drinking, it was even worse. So yeah, that's why I'm sitting here in a bloody coat. Anyway, yeah, good luck, and I wish you the best. Honestly, I do. And it's not gonna be easy. Honestly, it's not gonna be easy, but you can do it. You can do it. If I can do it, then believe me, anybody could do it. Because I honestly thought I was a lost cause. I really did. And I still have doubts about myself now. You know, I still have insecurities and all sorts. So yeah, just keep trying, and good luck. And I will see you soon. Thank you.